Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the IRA Civic Center in Grand Rapids for some Tier 1 15-0 hockey. It is Shattuck St. Mary's and the Minnesota Blue Ox coming your way next on Up North Hockey. So these kids are 15 and 16 years old. Some of them played Bantams this season, and also some players played high school as well. So it's a mix between second-year Bantams and first-year high school players from this season. So my name is Blake Mortensen, bringing your play-by-play call for this game. Once again, the Minnesota Blue Ox and Shattuck St. Mary's coming your way next on Up North Hockey here from the IRA Civic Center. I see we have Adam Franzen tuning in. Good to see Adam watching our stream here this morning. Of course, the last stream we did, that was the Bantam AA North Region second seed game. We said that would be our last stream. Well, we have another one here. I found out that the Blue Ox and Shattuck St. Mary's would be playing each other here this morning, so we decided to do one last game here. And I'm pretty certain this will be our last game of this season. Of course, so the Minnesota Blue Ox beat Shattuck St. Mary's back in, I think it was in October. They beat them in the Tier 1 championship game in Plymouth. So they're going to Dallas here at the end of April to play in the national tournament for 15O's for Tier 1 hockey. So that's coming up here in a couple weeks. So just a couple tune-up games here for the Blue Ox, getting ready for that national tournament in Dallas, Texas. And make sure to spread the word that we're streaming this game here this morning. Tell family, friends, and just fans of hockey, once again, that we're doing this game here at Shattuck St. Mary's and the Minnesota Blue Ox. Warm-ups are just about complete here, and we're just about ready for hockey here from the IRA Civic Center. Good to be back in this rink. The last time I was here at the IRA Civic Center was about 2 weeks ago now. It was for the Section 7 AA Championship. Grand Rapids lost to Andover 3-2. Of course, Andover moved on to the state tournament. They lost to Maple Grove 5-2 in their first game in the quarterfinals. And today is also Championship Saturday for high school hockey. We have the two girls games here this morning. Proctor Hermantown and Gentry Academy Class A teams for the championship underway right now from the XL Energy Center. Then after that game at about 1:30 for the AA Girls Championship, it's Edina and Andover. And then tonight we have the boys championship games, also from the XL Energy Center in St. Paul. For the Class A, it's also Gentry Academy taking on Dodge County. Then our last game is between Eden Prairie and Lakeville South. Last high school game of the season for the AA Championship. Well, warm-ups have concluded here. We're just about ready for the opening puck drop. We have 17 minutes on the scoreboard. Playing a full 17 minutes for this game here. Of course, at Shattuck St. Mary's, they have players from all over the country and the world. They have a player from Slovakia, Russia, and also players here in the States, California, Colorado, Alaska. Also a player from Winnipeg, Manitoba. Also a couple from Arizona as well. So the teams are lined up here. We're just about ready for this matchup, and the puck has dropped from the IRA Civic Center. These two teams did play last night. I believe it was like a 9-5 victory for Shattuck St. Mary's over the Blue Ox. So they're playing another scrimmage here. As it's brought up by Shattuck St. Mary's, they're offside, stoppage of play. And we'll face off at the neutral zone. Once again, just getting underway from the IRA Civic Center for this 15-0 Tier 1 game between the Minnesota Blue Ox And Shattuck St. Mary's. Here's a face-off at neutral. One back by the Blue Ox. On the near side, shot up by number 6. Aiden Spenningsby now back in the Minnesota Blue Ox zone. Along the backboards now, as it's picked up by Josh Erickson of Shattuck St. Mary's. Now down to the far corner, now picked up by Spenningsby. Shot up by Spenningsby, up to Gowan. Gowan trying to get a shot through as he gets bumped off the plane, now deep in the Shattuck St. Mary's zone. It's carried up by number 4, CJ Theberg. Now back in the Shattuck zone on the near side. As it's picked up by number 23, Bowen Burke. Burke trying to find a pass there. Broken up by Esther Brooks. Back to the red line. Now brought in by number 4, CJ Theberg. Now back to neutral on the near side. Sent all the way down by Aaron Ryerson. Along the backboards now in the Shattuck St. Mary's zone. Esther Brooks with a shot there that goes wide. The puck wraps around the boards as it's kept in there momentarily by number 2, Hayden Davis. Now skating back with it for Shattuck St. Mary's is Buam. Now picked up by Lalonde. Lalonde skating up with it. This play continues here in the Minnesota Blue Ox zone over on the far side. Along the half wall. Now it's going to be flipped out by Hayden Davis. The puck will go all the way down for an icing, a stoppage of play with 14:54 remaining in period 1. Just getting underway from the IRA Civic Center. We are scoreless between the Blue Ox and Shattuck St. Mary's. Once again, my name's Blake Bortenson with your play-by-play call for this game. Last game on Up North Hockey for this season. The 2021 hockey season here on Up North Hockey. Here's a shot that goes wide. In goal for the Blue Ox is Warroad native Hampton Sakinski. And then for Shattuck St. Mary's, I believe it is number 1, Florian Wade. His hometown is Anchorage, Alaska. At the blue line, controlled by Shattuck St. Mary's over on the far side. Now sent towards the net and then intercepted by number 14, Cade Kohanski. Kohanski up to Gunderson. Should have been an offside there, but it wasn't called by the referee. Now over on the far side of the corner in the Shattuck St. Mary's zone. Back behind the net. Now to the near side in the corner. Now both teams battling for it. Slapped up the boards along the half wall on the near side. And now it's going to be brought back and picked up by number 11, Hunter Anderson. And sent through neutral up to number 21, Cooper Pearson. Now brought up by Marvin Cords. Marvin Cords with a shot right on the Warroad native, number 16. And a save by the goaltender, Florian Wade. We have a stoppage of play here while face off to the left of Wade. 13:44 remaining in period 1. We are scoreless between the Blue Ox and Shattuck St. Mary's. Of course, some of these players for the Blue Ox coming off a high school state tournament trip. A couple players here. Aaron Ryerson of Moorhead. They lost in the first round to Lakeville South in the quarterfinals. Also, we have Isaac Peterson. Trying to find his name here. He's from Northern Lakes. I do not see him on the roster, though. Oh, there he is. Isaac Peterson for Breezy Point. He was on Northern Lakes. They lost to Gentry Academy in the first round of the Class A state tournament. And I believe that's it for this Minnesota Blue Ox team. It's shot all the way down by Shattuck St. Mary's for an icing. 13 minutes exactly remaining in period 1. Here's a face-off in the Shattuck zone to the left of goaltender Wade. Going back by the Blue Ox. Here's Spenningsby. Can't hold the blue line as it's brought up by Badany. Along the half wall on the near side, both teams battling for it. Now sent across the blue line over to the far side as it's carried up by Kyler Miller. Now back of the Shattuck zone, sent over to Anderson Sandquist. And shot all the way down by Shattuck St. Mary's. No icing on the play. Back behind the net, picked up by number 3, Will Esterbrooks. Esterbrooks trying to tip it out. Kept in by Shattuck St. Mary's. Now it's finally flipped out by Esterbrooks to neutral. Now it's going to be carried up by number 9, Chris Badany. Along the backboards, now here's number 10 coming away with it, Evan Gunderson. Sent through neutral, now back in the Shattuck St. Mary's zone in the near corner. Now back behind the net. Now back to neutral, flipped up to number 14, Noah Powell. Another shot there. Sent back out front. It's going to be brought out by the Blue Ox to center ice. Carrying it up is number 13, Sam Karch. Now brought back in by Shattuck St. Mary's. Powell, shot that goes wide. Now over on the far side, tipped up by Davis. Now here's a shot and a goal. Noah Powell makes it 1-0 in favor of Shattuck St. Mary's. Shot the puck from the slot there, upper shelf, upper corner. That makes it 1-0 in favor of Shattuck St. Mary's with 11:27 remaining in the first period. Here's a face-off at center ice after the Shattuck St. Mary's goal to make it 1-0. Play here at neutral, brought back in by Shattuck's Josh Erickson. Deep in the Blue Ox zone, now going in to pick it up is Isaac Peterson. And then shot through neutral, back in the Shattuck zone. It's brought back up by Erickson. Back to Erickson now, another shot deflects up and out of play into the netting. We have 11 minutes on the dot remaining in period 1. It is 1-0 in favor of Shattuck St. Mary's over the Blue Ox. Once again scoring the goal for Shattuck was number 14, Noah Powell. And his hometown is Northbrook, Illinois. Here's a face-off to the right of Slakinski in the Blue Ox zone, up at the point. Shot down by Theberg. Now here's a possible breakaway chance for the Blue Ox. And a nice defensive play there by number 11, Hunter Anderson. Breaking up the play, it was carried up by number 11, Thomas Gunderson. He had a possible breakaway chance there. Now here comes Shattuck St. Mary's the other way. Sent up to Anderson. Just about had a breakaway of his own, but it got broken up by Minnesota. Battle for it along the near half wall in the Minnesota Blue Ox zone. Now back in the Shattuck zone, the Blue Ox send it all the way down for an icing with 10:18 remaining in the first period. 1-0 in favor of Shattuck St. Mary's. An update from the XL Energy Center. It remains 0-0 between Proctor Hermantown and Gentry Academy with 7:15 remaining in period number 1. And once again, that's the Class A Girls Hockey Championship for high school hockey. So a good game there so far at the XL Energy Center. Play continues here at center ice as it's carried up by number 18, Blaine Mortensen. Here's Mortensen behind the net. Sent up to the point to Spenningsby. Now back to Mortensen. Backhands it down to Kohansky. Or that was Johnson, actually. And a shot there by the Blue Ox's number 4, Bauer Murphy. A shot on net, saved by the goaltender Florian Wade. And we'll face off to the right of Wade in the Shattuck St. Mary's zone. 9:37 remaining in period number 1. It remains 1-0 in favor of Shattuck St. Mary's. As the puck is shot in, the Blue Ox are offside. The puck goes on net, so they blow it dead. And now a face-off at neutral on the far side. One back by Shattuck St. Mary's into their own zone. Here's Burke. Flips it all the way up. The puck hits the ceiling. It comes back down. Stoppage of play here. And we're going to have a face-off at the same spot. Face-off here at neutral on the far side. One back by Shattuck once again. Here's Liang. Back over to Burke. Burke trying to find a pass. Sends it up to Chris Badany, who tips it into the Minnesota Blue Ox zone. Now over on the far side, here's Kyler Miller trying to flip it up, blocked away by Crane. Now on the near side, as it's tipped out by number 9, Pierce Gowan. Back in the Shattuck zone. Going to be carried up by number 23, Bowen Burke. Now brought right back out by the Blue Ox to neutral. Now a possible 2-on-1 chance for Shattuck St. Mary's. Here's a pass over to the back door. Number 9 couldn't get a shot up there, Chris Badany. And a nice play there by number 20, Sammy Crane, setting up that play. Here's a play at neutral. Brought up through center ice by Eddie Liang. Now a shot there that deflects wide by Badany. Over on the far corner now in the Blue Ox zone. 8:08 remaining in period number 1. It remains 1-0 in favor of the Shattuck St. Mary's, rather. They lead 1-0 over the Minnesota Blue Ox. This play continues here in the Blue Ox zone, sent up by Carlson. Now back in the Shattuck zone. And the puck's going to go all the way down for an icing. Face-off coming up in the Shattuck St. Mary's zone with 7:46 remaining in the first period. So here's a face-off to the right of Florian Wade in the Shattuck zone. Now on the near side. Trying to pick it up is number 19, Aaron Ryerson, as he tips it down to a teammate, and now Ryerson comes away with it, sends it up to the point. Now a shot there, deflects wide by number 2, Hayden Davis. Behind the net, control by Shattuck's Zeev Buam. Buam trying to send it up. It's carried up by Philip Lalonde. Lalonde drives into the Blue Ox zone. Now sent out front, to centering pass by Shattuck St. Mary's. Can't connect on the pass there. Another shot that goes wide by number 8, Josh Erickson. On the near side now, picked up by number 12, Zeev Buam. Now behind the net, sent out front. Picked up by Carlson now. Flips up to number 13, Sam Karch. Karch flips it up now. Back in the Shattuck St. Mary's zone, carried up by number 18, Peter Cesar. Now here's a shot that goes wide by number 10, Philip Lalonde. Over on the far side now, here's a shot right on by number 21, Cooper Pearson. In the far corner, here's Pearson once again driving to the net. Can't get a shot off there as he gets bumped off the play by number 5, Isaac Peterson. Now here come the Blue Ox the other way. They stay on side. It's brought in by Gunderson. Back behind the Shattuck net, picked up by Thieberg. Now up through neutral. Stauber tips it away from the Shattuck player. Now back at the red line. Here's Anderson. Sends it back to Mackey. On the near side, up through neutral. Mackey driving to the net. Now goes behind the net, tries wrapping it around. He's unable to stuff it in there. The net goes off for a stoppage of play here. 5:30 remaining in period 1. Remains 1-0 in favor of Shattuck St. Mary's over the Minnesota Blue Ox. Once again, you're watching Tier 1 15-0 hockey on Up North Hockey. It's Shattuck St. Mary's and the Minnesota Blue Ox here in a scrimmage from the IRA Civic Center. Here's a face-off to the left of Slakinski in the Blue Ox zone. Carried up by Mortensen. A pass there, now broken up by number 4, Theberg. Here's a shot by number 21, Cooper Pearson. Another save by Slakinski. Now sent up to the point, Mackey. Shot doesn't get through traffic. Back up at the point, carried in by Mackey. Shot there, pad save by Slakinski. And that's finally going to be carried out by Marvin Kortz. Kortz coming up with speed, and then he gets it poked away. On the near side now. Brought in by Shattuck once again to the net. The puck is tapped in there by number 16, Cameron McEwen, but obviously no goal. It was a high stick there. Obvious call there for the referees as McEwen high stick the puck into the net. The face-off will come all the way back in the Shattuck St. Mary's zone. 4:37 remaining in our first period of play. It remains 1-0 in favor of Shattuck St. Mary's over the Minnesota Blue Ox. Back in the Blue Ox zone. Going to pick it up is Davis. Over on the far side now, Miller trying to pick it up, and he will come away with it. Kyler Miller sends it across the ice over to number 9, Gowan. Gowan with a shot right on, save by Wade. Now stoppage of play here. The face-off will come outside as the net goes off. 4:15 remaining in period 1. Well, another update here from the Class A Girls Championship. We have a couple of goals now. It's 1-1 between Proctor Hermantown and Gentry Academy. 3:05 remaining in the first period. Once again, it's Championship Saturday for all levels of high school hockey here in the state of hockey, Minnesota. Like I said, the two girls' state championships after this Proctor Hermantown and Gentry Academy game. It will be Andover and Edina for the Class AA Girls Championship. And then tonight for the Class A Boys Championship, it will be Dodge County and Gentry Academy. And then the last game for high school hockey for boys and girls will be the Class AA Championship between Eden Prairie and Lakeville South. Of course, that game last night between Maple Grove and Eden Prairie was a very exciting game, entertaining game, especially in the third period. If you didn't get a chance to watch that game, it was really back and forth in the third period. I believe Maple Grove jumped out in front about 2 minutes into the third period. They took a 3-2 lead. Then, probably about 5 minutes later, Eden Prairie came back and tied it up at 3 apiece. Then we had about 6 minutes remaining. We had 4 goals within 2 minutes or so. Eden Prairie took a 4-3 lead. And then, seconds later, Maple Grove came back and made it 4-4. And then right after that goal, Eden Prairie went down to score to make it 5-4. And then, once again, Maple Grove came back and scored. So it was 5-5, and we did have an overtime period. Eden Prairie did win the game in the first overtime with about a minute remaining. It was Carter Batchelder scoring the game-winning goal. I believe he had the hat trick in that game. He is a fun player to watch. He's a Colorado College commit for college hockey. So that was a very fun game to watch. I'm hoping for some more entertaining championship games here tonight for the Minnesota State High School League Boys Hockey Tournament. And the Girls Hockey Tournament, too. It should be some good games. Both games, Edina and Andover, should be a good one. Andover has dominated all season long, but Edina is a clear number 2 in girls Class AA hockey. They could definitely knock off Andover tonight or this afternoon. So back to the game here. We have 3:07 remaining in period number 1. Still 1-0 in favor of Shattuck St. Mary's. Here's a shot by the Blue Ox's number 13, Sam Karch, and another save by the goaltender Florian Wade. Another shot there by Stauber. And Wade makes the save with 2:52 remaining in period one. So here's a face-off to the left of Wade in the Shattuck zone. One back by Shattuck. Here it is. Buam sends it up through neutral up to number 9. Chris Badany with a shot right on there. Another save by Hampton Sokinski of the Blue Ox. Now we're going to have a face-off in the Blue Ox zone to the left of Hampton Sokinski. One back by Shattuck up to number 12, Buam. Now here's a shot, deflects up and out of play. Hits the netting. Another stoppage of play here. We'll do it again. Face off here to the right of Sokinski this time. One back by Shattuck once again. Up to Mackey. Sent across the ice over to Buam now. Along the half wall, and now it's going to be flipped out by the Blue Ox. Kohanski shoots it all the way down, deep in the Shattuck zone. Along the backboards, now in the corner, picked up by the Blue Ox. Sent up to the blue line now, and there's a shot by number 4, Bauer Murphy, that goes wide. And now flipped out by Shattuck's number 9, Chris Badany. Now Gunderson tries finding Murphy on the pass, can't connect. Over on the far side, now in the corner, sent behind the net by Shattuck. Over to number 12, Buam. Buam controls. Now back over to Mackey. Mackey up to Erickson now, driving into the Blue Ox zone. Minute 40 remaining in period number 1. Only one goal so far here in this first period of play. And that goal belongs to Shattuck St. Mary's. Once again scoring that goal was number 14, Noah Powell. That made it 1-0 in favor of Shattuck. Brought in by Shattuck into the Blue Ox zone. On the near side. Over on the far side, sent over to Davis. Blue Ox trying to flip it out. In the far corner now, both teams battling for it. Shattuck will come away with it. Here's Cesar. Over to Pearson, now up at the point. Trying to get a shot through there, blocked away by the Blue Ox. Here's Marvin Cords now. Centers it out front, now shot towards the net by number 18, Blaine Mortensen. On the near side, flipped out by Shattuck to neutral. Now Miller back in the Blue Ox zone, 33 seconds remaining in the first period. And we're going to have an icing here. Icing against the Blue Ox. Stoppage of play with 29 seconds remaining in our first period. Face off here to the left of Slakinski. In the Blue Ox zone. And there's a shot. Pad save by Hampton Slakinski. Sent across the ice. In the middle. Sent towards the net. Goes wide by number 21, Cooper Pearson. Another shot there, goes wide. Puck goes to the corner. Isaac Peterson sends it behind the net. Over to number 7, Joe Stauber. Stauber skates back with it, only 3 seconds remaining. Sent up to Gunderson, number 10. And the buzzer will sound. That does it for period number 1 from the IRA Civic Center. After one period of play, it is Shattuck St. Mary's 1 and the Minnesota Blue Ox 0. Once again, you're watching Tier 1 15-0 hockey here on Up North Hockey. It's Shattuck St. Mary's and the Blue Ox once again 1-0 in favor of Shattuck St. Mary's. We'll step aside here. We'll have a resurface in between our first and second periods. We'll be back for the second period of play. Coming up next here from the IRA Civic Center. All right, welcome back, everyone, to the IRA Civic Center. Period number 2 is underway between Shattuck St. Mary's and the Minnesota Blue Ox. It is 1-0 in favor of Shattuck after 1 period of play. Play here in the Shattuck zone as it's brought out by number 11, Hunter Anderson, to the Blue Ox zone. Now here's a shot that goes wide. Now in the near corner. A shot there, another shot that goes wide, hits the backboards. Now over on the far side. Back to neutral. Now here come the Blue Ox the other way. Ryerson shot right on and covered up by goaltender Florian Wade. Once again, just getting underway for period number 2. We are 40 seconds in to the second period. Face off here in the Shattuck zone to the right of Wade. An update from the XL Energy Center in St. Paul. It is 1-1 between Proctor Hermantown and Gentry Academy in the Class A Girls Championship game. That game is in the second period, 14:07 remaining in the middle period there in St. Paul. Play continues here in the Shattuck zone on the near side, sent up the half wall. Now Murphy, a shot that deflects wide over in the far corner. And a shot there, another save by Wade, covered up by the Shattuck St. Mary's netminder. Once again, it remains 1-0 in favor of Shattuck St. Mary's over the Blue Ox. Kept in by the Blue Ox at the blue line. Now on the near side, Gunderson picks it up. Now both teams battling for it in the corner. Sent over to the far corner now. Along the half wall. Finally tipped out by Shattuck St. Mary's. Back in the Blue Ox zone. Brought in by Kohanski. Blue Ox are offside stoppage of play with 15:26 remaining in period 2. We'll face off at neutral on the near side. Brought in by Johnson right off the face-off. Over to Marvin Cords with a shot right on. Another save by Florian Wade. He's having himself a great game here. Shattuck St. Mary's goaltender made a couple of very nice saves for Shattuck. Here's a face-off to the right of Wade. Johnson trying to put a shot through there, blocked away by Shattuck. Over on the far side. Now it's going to be brought up by number 13, Daniel Schlane. Now Davis picks it up for the Blue Ox. Over on the far side, Marvin Cords sends it back through neutral. And the puck will go all the way down for an icing. Another stoppage of play here. We'll face off to the right of Sakinski in the Blue Ox zone. One back by the Blue Ox. Flipped up by Esther Brooks. Now back in the Blue Ox zone on the near side. Going to pick it up is Davis. Tips it to neutral. And brought right back in by number 13 for Shattuck, Daniel Schlane. Now back in the Shattuck zone. Sent across the ice over to the far side as it's tipped all the way down. Another icing here against Shattuck this time. Here's a face-off here in the Shattuck zone. This is brought up by number 18, Peter Cesar. Deep in the Blue Ox zone, up at the point. Sandquist. Shot right on there. Pad save by Slakinski. And now it's going to be carried up by Stauber. Sent over to Gunderson. Gunderson with a shot right on. Another glove save by the Shattuck St. Mary's netminder. 13:56 remaining in period number 2. Still 1-0 in favor of Shattuck St. Mary's. Kept in by the Blue Ox. Now back behind the net. Picked up by number 23, Bowen Burke. On the far side. Sets across the ice. Now to the near side. The puck bounces off the boards. Now back to the Blue Ox zone. Sent up to Gowan. And now a shot all the way down by number 10, Evan Gunderson. Deep in the Shattuck zone. In the near corner now. Both teams battling for it. The Blue Ox will come away with it. Miller trying to pick it up. But the point, Spenningsby keeps it in. A slap shot there. That goes wide. Now over on the far side. Gowan with a shot. Goes wide once again. Spenningsby will keep it in. Now Karch with it. Karch for the Blue Ox gets it poked away. And now we have a penalty coming up here. Our first penalty of the game. That will be against Shattuck St. Mary's. It's number 5 heading to the box. Camden Gertch. 2-minute minor for tripping. First power play of the game here for the Blue Ox, trying to tie it up at 1 apiece as they trail 1-0 to Shattuck St. Mary's. Here's a face-off to the right of Wade. Up at the point, kept in by Spenningsby. Murphy, back to Spenningsby. Over to the far side. Now here's a shot. Goes over the net. Now back to neutral. Here's Spenningsby in the Blue Ox zone. Over to Murphy. Out to Ryerson. Drop pass to Carlson. Can't control it. Now here comes Shattuck the other way. Puck goes all the way down. No icing on the play. Shattuck controls that center ice. Skating back with it is Anderson. Back in the Shattuck zone. Buam on the near side. Now a minute 15 remaining on the power play for the Minnesota Blue Ox. Carlson tips it down to the corner. Now both teams battling for it. Digging for the puck. Well, Carlson. It's a shot behind the net by Sam Karch. Back up at the point, kept in by Ryerson. Now Carlson's going to go in and pick it up. The near side, Karch tries finding a pass there, and now carried out by Shattuck St. Mary's. There's a shorthanded chance, possibly for Shattuck, broken up by the Blue Ox. The puck is behind the net. Spenningsby will go in and pick it up, but now he gets it taken away by number 21. And here's a shorthanded opportunity for Shattuck St. Mary's. And a save by Slakinski. 27 seconds remaining in period number 2. Or remaining on the power play for the Blue Ox. 27 seconds remaining on that. And we have 11:39 remaining in our middle period. Still 1-0 in favor of Shattuck St. Mary's. One back by the Blue Ox. Tipped out by number 11, Thomas Gunderson. And the puck will go all the way down for an icing. Another stoppage of play here. 19 seconds remaining on the power play for the Minnesota Blue Ox. A little face-off here to the left of Slakinski. One back by Minnesota. To Staubers. Staubers sends it across the ice now. Brought in by the Blue Ox. A little shot there. Pad save by Wade. And now Shattuck St. Mary's is back at full strength. Back to 5-on-5 hockey here from the IRA Civic Center. Now pass up there. No icing on the play. That was an intended pass for Sammy Crane. And the puck went on net. A pad save by Slakinski. And we'll get a whistle here. Covered up by Slakinski. 10:52 remaining in period 2. Still 1-0 in favor of Shattuck St. Mary's. Face off here to the left of the Blue Ox netminder, Slakinski. So for this Blue Ox team, we have players from Moorhead, Duluth, Brainerd, Hermantown, Grand Rapids, Warroad. Also a player from International Falls. And like I said, Isaac Peterson from Northern Lakes. He lives in Breezy Point. He was on the Northern Lakes Lightning team. That was down at the state tournament for Class A. They lost to Gentry Academy 8-0 in the quarterfinals. Of course, Gentry Academy in the championship game tonight at 6 p.m. versus Dodge County for the Class A championship in the Minnesota State High School League Boys Hockey Tournament. Play continues here back in the Shattuck St. Mary's zone. And now we're going to have a penalty coming up on the Blue Ox. That is going to be Marvin Cords heading to the box. And it's going to be a 2-minute minor for cross-checking. So only a 2-minute minor here. Probably maybe could have been a boarding or something, but 2-minute minor on the Blue Ox's Marvin Cords for cross-checking. So now our second penalty of the game, Shattuck St. Mary's first power play of the game here as they lead 1-0 over the Blue Ox with 9:56 remaining in period 2. And we have a face-off here at neutral on the near side. And now we have a delay here. The rink worker having trouble closing the Zamboni door over on the far side, or on the right side of the rink behind the net. Trying to secure that door so it doesn't come open if there's, a check along the boards there. Looks like it's finally fixed now. We are ready for the Shattuck St. Mary's power play here with 9:56 remaining in period 2. Back in the Blue Ox zone, now sent up through neutral by Minnesota. Back in the Shattuck zone. Here is Buam. Coming in to pick it up is Pearson. Pearson skates up with it. Drop pass back to Buam. Buam into the Blue Ox zone now. So over to Pearson. Pearson comes away with it. Sent out front. A backhand shot. Got blocked by traffic there. Shattuck St. Mary's still controls up at the point now. Pearson keeps it in at the blue line. Pearson with the shot right on. And a save by Hampton Sokinski. Minute 22 remaining on the power play for Shattuck St. Mary's. We have 9:17 remaining in our middle period. Only one goal in this hockey game. It remains 1-0 in favor of Shattuck St. Mary's over the Minnesota Blue Ox. So here's a face-off to the left of Sokinski. Pulled back by the Blue Ox. And it's going to be fired all the way down by Minnesota. Deep in the Shattuck St. Mary's zone. Going in to pick it up will be Burke. Burke behind the net. Now Powell comes in and picks it up. Powell up through neutral over on the far side. Coming up with speed now along the backboards. Powell picks it up again. Now Balfour along with Stauber of the Blue Ox. We have another penalty coming up here on the Blue Ox. It is going to be on Joseph Stauber of the Blue Ox. Shattuck St. Mary's still controls here as they keep the delayed penalty alive. Now here's a shot that doesn't go on net over on the far side. Here is Theberg. Back up at the blue line. 15 seconds remaining on the first power play for Shattuck, and now finally touched by the Blue Ox. Ryerson controlled it there. So we'll have a 5-on-3 power play for Shattuck St. Mary's for 13 seconds. And then another long 5-on-4 power play for Shattuck, as well as Joseph Stauber goes to the box. 2-minute minor for high sticking. We have 8:09 remaining in period 2. Still remains 1-0 in favor of Shattuck St. Mary's. Here's a face-off to the right of Slakinski. One back by Shattuck. Along the backboards now. It's fired up by Spenningsby. Can't shoot it out in the near corner. Now here's a shot, and the puck goes on net. A couple great saves there by Slakinski as Marvin Cords comes out of the box. He will put a shot out from neutral. As we have 5-on-4 hockey now. Shattuck St. Mary's still in the power play for another minute 28. Now here's an opportunity. Shot! And another save by Hampton Slakinski. He's made about 3 marvelous saves in about the last 30 seconds here. Shattuck St. Mary's still in the power play. Here's a backhand shot. Another save by Slakinski. Over on the far side now. Sent out front. Blocked away by number 4, Murphy, as it's fired all the way down by the Blue Ox. A minute exactly remaining on the power play for Shattuck St. Mary's. We have 7:03 remaining in period 2. An update from the XL Energy Center in St. Paul. It is now 2-1 in favor of Gentry Academy over Proctor Hermantown in the second period. 4:40 remaining in period 2 in that one. Up at the point to Mackey. Now on the near side. Shattuck trying to keep it in, but it will be tipped up by Ryerson to neutral. Brought back up by Buum. Buum gets to take it away now as it's shot all the way down by the Blue Ox. 20 seconds remaining on the power play for Shattuck St. Mary's. This play continues here in the Shattuck zone. Ryerson trying to pick it up. Now coming in to pick it up for Shattuck is Erickson. Josh Erickson will skate up with it. Now a shot towards the net, trying to find number 13, Schlein on the pass. We are back to 5-on-5 hockey now as Stauber comes out of the box. So the Blue Ox kill off both penalties. It remains 1-0 in favor of Shattuck St. Mary's over the Minnesota Blue Ox. Here's Esther Brooks. Shoots it up the boards. Play at neutral. And it's brought right back in by Shattuck's number 13, Daniel Schlein. On the near side, now in the corner. Now the puck will go up and out of play. We've got a new puck here. Stoppage of play with 5:37 remaining in period 2. Here's a face-off to the left of Slakinski over on the far side. Shot back down by Andrew Politoski. Now play at neutral. Politoski skates back with it into his own zone. Kept in by the Blue Ox here. Now coming in to pick it up is Battany. Now here's a shot and a blocker save by Slakinski over in the far corner now along the half wall. Now along the backboard, Stauber tips it to the corner. Now along the half wall, it's going to be carried out by Gunderson. Gunderson with it for the Blue Ox. Now Kohanski. Now Matkow centers it, blocked away by Shattuck. Now here comes Shattuck the other way. In the Blue Ox zone, here's Peterson. To Matkow. Now Kohanski can't handle the pass. Now here comes Shattuck the other way. Play continues here in the Blue Ox zone. 4:25 remaining in our second period. And now here's a shot by number 18 that goes wide, Peter Cesar. As it's backhanded out by Kohanski. Back in the Blue Ox zone now. Peterson will flip it out to center ice. Carried back up by Shattuck. Into the Minnesota Blue Ox zone over on the far side now. Murphy trying to pick it up. Picked up by Shattuck's Camden Jersh. Now back in the Shattuck zone, set across the ice over to the far side. Now to the middle to Sanquist. Sanquist now tipped in by Shattuck. Carried in by number 18, Peter Cesar. Now on the near side, back to neutral. Burke skates back with it in his own zone. To Lalonde. Now brought in by number 18, Peter Cesar once again. On the near side. Coming away with it is Lalonde. Lalonde wheeling around with it. A shot there. That goes wide, hits the backboards. Now Murphy will send it up over on the far side, back up at the point. A shot right on. And a save by Slakinski. Stoppage of play with 3:12 remaining in our second period of play. It remains 1-0 in favor of Shattuck St. Mary's over the Minnesota Blue Ox. Brought up by the Blue Ox. Miller shoots it all the way down into the Shattuck zone over on the far side now. On the near side, slapped up the boards by number 20 of Shattuck, Sammy Crane. Now trying to make a move. Breakaway for number 14, and a shot and a save by Slakinski. That was the breakaway for Noah Powell, number 14. The opportunity for Shattuck trying to make it 2-0. Now the puck comes up and out of play. Watch out there. It goes through the stands. And the puck goes back on the ice. As the signs say here at the IRA Civic Center, watch out for flag pucks. There's a couple signs here at the IRA that says that. Never seen that happen before, where the puck goes out of play and goes through the stands and comes back out. That was pretty cool. 2:40 remaining in period number 2. Remains 1-0 in favor of Shattuck St. Mary's over the Minnesota Blue Ox. Another save by Slakinski here. And another face-off of the Blue Ox zone. One back by Shattuck, backhanded towards the net. Another quick save for Slakinski as he covers it up with 2:29 remaining in period 2. And we'll do it again to the right of Slakinski at face-off. One back by Shattuck up at the point. Sent down to the corner now. Up at the blue line. Kept in by Mackey. Mackey along the backboards now, wheeling around with the puck. Over in the far corner now, Stauber and Mackey battling for it. Now back behind the net as it's picked up by the Blue Ox. Here's Peterson coming up with speed. Peterson gets bumped off the play now along the backboards. Back to Peterson. The puck deflects up and out of play to the netting. Stoppage of play with 1:57 remaining in period 2. Still looking for our first goal of the second period. The only goal of this game belongs to Shattuck St. Mary's. They made it 1-0 in the first period with a goal from number 14, Noah Powell. Here's a face-off to the right of Florian Wade. Off the face-off, an opportunity, shot, and a goal! Scoring the goal on the back door was number 15, Landon Metcalf. And that ties it up at 1 apiece for the Minnesota Blue Ox. 1-1 here with 1:52 remaining in period 2. Once again, Landon Metcalf of Brainerd, Minnesota makes it 1-1. That is Metcalf's 10th goal of this Tier 1 hockey season, dating back to last fall. Of course, that's when all the tournaments were played for Tier 1 for this group, back in like September and October. And now, like I said, the Blue Ox are gearing up to play in the Tier 1 National Tournament in Dallas, Texas. That's coming up here at the end of April. So yeah, once again, 1-1 here between Shattuck St. Mary's and the Minnesota Blue Ox. Along the near half wall, Murphy picks it up for the Blue Ox. In the Minnesota zone, penalty coming up on Shattuck St. Mary's. Blue Ox will have their second power play of the game coming up here. Here's Murphy to Spenningsby. Up to Marvin Cords. Now Shattuck will touch it here. So this will be Shattuck's second penalty of the game. So it's number 12 heading to the box, Zeev Buam. Originally it was a penalty for roughing, 2-minute minor. Now it's going to be a 10-2 now for unsportsmanlike conduct, as he was melting off to the ref. So I believe it's going to be a 10-2 on Zeev Buam. Unsportsmanlike and roughing. Both referees are discussing this penalty here at the scorer's table. So it's going to be a 2-minute minor here and double minor. 2-minute penalties for unsportsmanlike and roughing on Zeev Buam. So the Blue Ox will have a 5-on-3 power play here to end period number 2, and they will have that power play for another 54 seconds to start period number 3. We are tied up at 1 apiece between Shattuck St. Mary's and the Minnesota Blue Ox. So here we go, 5-on-3 power play for 2 minutes for the Blue Ox, trying to take their first lead of the hockey game. They just tied it up about a minute ago with a goal from number 15, Landon Macdow. As we have 1 minute remaining in period 2. Over in the far corner, controlled by Minnesota. Sent up to Stauber, now Marvin Cords. Sent towards the net, and it's tipped in by Shattuck's own player. And that's going to be a goal to make it 2-1 in favor of the Blue Ox. That was a tough play there for Sammy Crane, number 20. He was just trying to poke it away, and he ended up poking it into his own net. So that makes it 2-1 in favor of the Blue Ox. Minnesota Blue Ox still in the power play here for another minute 44, and it's now a 5-on-4. Of course, that goal scored on a 5-on-3 power play. We have 43 seconds remaining in our second period. Once again, 2-1 in favor of the Minnesota Blue Ox. Up at center ice, here's Marvin Cords. Back to number 19, Aaron Ryerson, who put a shot out there. Now back up at the point. Stauber sends it towards the net. Goes wide. Now 24 seconds remaining in period 2. Deep in the Minnesota zone. Over on the far side now, as it's picked up by number 8, Josh Erickson. And now taken away by Marvin Cords. 10 seconds remaining. One last opportunity for the Blue Ox. They control their offensive zone. Sent towards the net, and a pad save by the goaltender, Wade. And that does it for period number 2 from the IRA Civic Center. After 2, it's 2-1 in favor of the Blue Ox. Minnesota scored two unanswered goals in the second period to, at first tie it up at 1, and then with under a minute remaining to make it 2-1. And that's where we stand after 2 periods of play. Once again, 2-1. The Blue Ox with the lead over Shattuck St. Mary's. Minnesota will have a power play, 5-on-4 power play for 54 seconds to start period number 3. Once again, you're watching Tier 1 15-0 hockey on Up North Hockey. Once again, after 2-1 in favor of the Minnesota Blue Ox. All right, welcome back, everyone, to the IRA Civic Center in Grand Rapids. We are just about ready for period number 3 between the Blue Ox and Shattuck St. Mary's. It's 2-1. The Blue Ox with the lead over Shattuck St. Mary's after 2 periods of play. And the Blue Ox will be on a power play for 54 seconds to start our final period of play. An update from the XL Energy Center in St. Paul. It is 2-1. Gentry Academy still with the lead over Proctor Hermantown. That game is in the 3rd period, 12:29 remaining in period 3. A close hockey game there for the girls' Class A championship. We are underway here from the IRA Civic Center for period number 3. Here comes Shaq the other way, an odd man rush, shot right on, and a save by Slakinski. 38 seconds remaining on the power play for the Blue Ox. Once again, just getting underway for period number 3 from the IRA Civic Center. Right here, Staubers shoots it up to Ryerson. Ryerson shoots it all the way down, deep in the Shattuck zone on the near side. Both teams battling for it. Still battling here, now along the backboards. Over on the far side, shot all the way down by Shattuck. 5 seconds remaining on the power play for the Blue Ox here. And now we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Shattuck back at full strength. Here's Peterson in the Blue Ox zone. Peterson will skate up with it. Peterson tips it into the Shattuck zone now. Here is number 12, Zeev Buam. Buam will skate up with it. Through center ice, Buam going to the net. And a centering pass there. Can't connect on the pass. Now it's going to be brought out by the Blue Ox. Here's Johnson. Isaac Johnson gets tripped up there, falls down, and picked up by Shattuck now. Sammy Crane. Over to number 10, Philip Lalonde. Lalonde at the point. Sends it down to Buam. Now brought out by the Blue Ox. Marvin Cord sends it over to Johnson, now over on the far side. Shattuck will tip it out now as it's brought up by number 10, Philip Lalonde. Now deep in the Blue Ox zone, going in to pick it up is Bauer Murphy. Murphy to number 8, Abe Carlson, now deep in the Shattuck zone. On the near side along the half wall, now in the corner. Spettingsby sends it down into the corner. Both teams battling for it now. Can't quite see the number of the Blue Ox player that was controlling there. As it's going to be shot up by Shattuck. Trying to connect on a pass there. Can't connect. The puck will go all the way down for an icing. Stoppage of play with 14:31 remaining in period 3. 2-1 in favor of the Minnesota Blue Ox. Here's a face-off to the right of goaltender Florian Wade in the Shattuck St. Mary's zone. One back by the Blue Ox up at the point, sent over to the far corner, or near corner, rather. Now brought up by Shattuck. Here's Cesar. Cesar in the Blue Ox zone, sends it across the ice over to Politoski. Now a shot there. Deflects off a player out front, goes wide. Now it's shot out by Gunderson, deep in the Shattuck zone. Sent towards the net, a pad save by Wade. Brought back up by Shattuck. Tipped in by Gertsch. Back to neutral here over on the far side. Now sent to Sandquist. Back over to Bowen Burke. Burke sends it up through neutral, trying to send the pass up to number 11, Hunter Anderson. Shattuck is offside here, a stoppage of play. A little face-off at neutral over on the far side. $13:40 remaining in our final period of play. It remains 2-1 in favor of the Minnesota Blue Ox over Shattuck St. Mary's. One back by Shattuck here. Shot up to number 21, Cooper Pearson. Over on the far side. Now a tip out front, and the puck goes in. They score. A shot there by Shattuck St. Mary's. I believe it was redirected 2 times there. And a pretty tricky shot there for goaltender Hampton Sokinski as it redirected off a stick. Shattuck ties it up at 2 apiece with 13:23 remaining in period number 3. Here's a face-off at center ice after the Shattuck goal. Play back at neutral now. Ryerson will intercept. Shoots it all the way down. Back behind the net now. On the near side, flipped up by Shattuck. Into the Blue Ox zone now. Now here's Peterson. Over on the far side. Picked up by Shattuck. Now here's Isaac Peterson. Peterson over to Carlson. Now up to Ryerson. Ryerson back to Karch now. Now Ryerson with a shot there. Saved by Wade. Over on the far side. Now picked up by Pearson. Now sent to neutral by number 2, Anderson Sanquist. Stauber trying to find a pass there. Intercepted by Shattuck at center ice. Now there's a backhand shot by number 11, Hunter Anderson. Saved by Slakinski. We have 12:17 remaining in period 3. Tied up at 2 apiece between the Blue Ox and Shattuck St. Mary's. There's a face-off to the left of Slakinski. Around the far side, Shattuck will control. Now sent towards the net. Puck goes wide, now on the near side. Now here's a shot. Another save by Slakinski. A shot there by number 13, Daniel Schlane. And we'll do it again. Another face-off in the Blue Ox zone, this time to the right of Hampton Slakinski. Down in the corner, shot around the net by the Blue Ox. Now here's Mortensen up to Marvin Cords. Cords coming up with speed. The Blue Ox are offside. And we'll have a face-off here at neutral. Marvin Cords trying to shoot it in, intercepted by number 4 of Shattuck, CJ Theberg. Now back of the Shattuck zone, picked up by Buum. Buum goes behind the net, and he will skate up with it. Buum into the Blue Ox zone, going coast to coast over to number 10, Phillips Lalonde. A backhand shot there that goes wide. Now here's Marvin Cords over to Spenningsby. A shot, and the shot goes wide there. And now a shot and a goal! The Blue Ox score, and that makes it 3-2 in favor of Minnesota. Not totally sure who shot that. I'm thinking it was maybe... I think it was either Spenningsby or Murphy that shot that puck from the point. I believe it was Murphy on the left side there. A shot from the point that goes in. That makes it 3-2. Minnesota over Shattuck St. Mary's with 11:18 remaining in period 3. Brought up by Shattuck's number 14, Noah Powell. Powell into the Blue Ox zone, now up at the point. Shot blocked away by Davis out front. Now in the near corner. Up to Mackey trying to keep it in. Tipped out by Kohanski. Kohanski trying to make a move. Taken away by Shattuck. Carried up by Shattuck. Now into the Blue Ox zone. Trying to make a move. Kept in by Shattuck St. Mary's. In the slot area. Now behind the net. Still controlled by Shattuck. Puck out front now. Still loose. Now the Blue Ox will come away with it, as it's going to be shot out by Miller to neutral. Now on the near side. Shot over to Mackey. Drew Mackey in the near corner. Sends it to the net. Saved by Slakinski. Blue Ox trying to fire it all the way down. Now we have a penalty coming up on the Blue Ox with 10:13 remaining in period 3. It's going to be a slashing penalty on number 10, Evan Gunderson. 2-minute minor for slashing. Ten 13 remaining in period 3 here. Remains 3-2 in favor of the Minnesota Blue Ox. Shattuck St. Mary's trying to tie it up once again as they trail 3-2 here on the power play. Shattuck's third power play of the game. Now there's a shot. Doesn't go on net. Another shot deflects up and out of play. And we'll have another face-off in the Blue Ox zone. To the right of Slakinski. 10:07 remaining in period 3. Over at the XL Energy Center, it's now 2-2 between Proctor Hermantown and Gentry Academy with 7 minutes remaining in the third period. Once again, that's the girls Class A championship game in St. Paul. It looks like it's a good hockey game. Gentry Academy on the power play right now for a minute. Like I said, 2-2 knotted up between the Mirage and Stars in the Class A girls championship game. There's a shot and a goal! Another deflection goal by Shattuck St. Mary's. That's how they scored their second goal of the game. Tipped off a stick. This time it tipped off, deflected off a skate, I believe. A power play goal for Shattuck. Not sure who shot that. We are knotted up at 3 apiece with 9:41 remaining in our third period. So face off here at center ice. Brand new hockey game once again tied up at 3. Back in the Shattuck zone. Here's Burke. Over to Crane. Now back to Burke. Bowen Burke flips it into the Blue Ox zone. Saved there by Slakinski. Be brought up by Peterson. Play at neutral here. Mortensen will glove it and skate up with it. And the Blue Ox are offside. Face-off coming up at neutral here. 9:18 remaining in period 3. Knotted up at 3 apiece between the Blue Ox and Shattuck St. Mary's. Backhanded by Shattuck's number 18, Peter Cesar, deep in the Blue Ox zone. Marvin Cords trying to find Johnson on the pass. Now up to Mortensen. A hand pass against the Blue Ox here. Face-off will come back in the Minnesota zone. 5:25 remaining in the third period for Proctor Hermantown and Gentry Academy in the girls Class A championship. Still remains 2-2 between the Mirage and Stars. Here come the Blue Ox. Shot there by Minnesota. Spenningsby with the shot. Goes wide. So back in the Blue Ox zone. Behind the net. As it's carried by Gertsch. Now back to the far corner. Now it's going to be carried up by number 17, Isaac Johnson. Over to Marvin Cords. Cords with a shot that goes wide left of the net. Now back in the Blue Ox zone. Esther Brooks will chase for it to pick it up in the far corner. Over to the near side now, trying to find Davis on the pass. And tipped out by the Blue Ox to neutral. Now back in the Shattuck zone. Now back to neutral. Esther Brooks will shoot it all the way in. On the near side, back to neutral. Brought in by number 10, Philip Lavande. Out front. Now back behind the net. 7:45 remaining in period 3. And now we have a penalty coming up on Shattuck here. The Blue Ox heading to the power play. looking to regain their lead as we are tied up at 3 apiece. That is going to be number 8 heading to the 18 rather. Peter Cesar, 2-minute minor for roughing. So power play here for the Blue Ox with 7:33 remaining in period 3. We are tied up at 3 apiece. Brought out by Schlane to neutral. That's going to be brought right back in for the Blue Ox by Gunderson on the near side, and now it's fired all the way down by Shattuck. Deep in the Blue Ox zone. Peterson will come in and pick it up behind the net. Isaac Peterson of Breezy Point up to Stauber of Duluth. Back to center ice. Stauber in the Blue Ox zone. 7 minutes exactly remaining in period 3. Now up to Matkow of Brainerd. Landed Matkow into the Shattuck St. Mary's zone. Here's a shot by number 11. Thomas Gunderson on net to save by Wade. Now over to the far side. Peterson's shot that goes wide. Now here's Gunderson with a shot. Matkow at the point now on the near side. Back to Matkow now. He'll put a shot there. Blocked away by number 8, Josh Erickson. Stauber back to Gunderson. Keeps it in. Now it's finally going to be shot all the way down by Shattuck. 40 seconds remaining on the power play. And here's an opportunity. A dangerous play there by the Blue Ox. Shorthanded chance for Hunter Anderson. And a save by Sakinski there. Now another penalty coming up here, this time on the Blue Ox. It's going to be Joe Stauber heading to the box. We'll have 4-on-4 hockey for 31 seconds. It'll be a 2-minute minor on Stauber for cross-checking. So like I said, 4-on-4 hockey for 31 seconds. And then Shattuck St. Mary's will head to the power play for a minute and a half. We have 6:03 remaining in period number 3. Still knotted up at 3 apiece. One back by Shattuck. 4-on-4 hockey here from the IRA Civic Center. Here's Spenningsby. Sends it back to number 4, Bauer Murphy. Now Marvin Cords comes in and tips it over to Murphy. Trying to find Marvin Cords at the pass, can't connect. Back of the Blue Ox zone. Tipped right back out by Johnson to neutral. And Shattuck St. Mary's is back at full strength here. They're on the power play now for another minute 25. And now we have another penalty coming up here. This time it's going to be a too many players penalty on Shattuck, I believe. So once again, we are going to have 4-on-4 hockey here for a minute 21. And then the Blue Ox will head to the power play. So this will be a too many players penalty on Shattuck St. Mary's. 4-on-4 hockey once again for a minute 21. And then a short 40-second power play for the Blue Ox after the Shattuck St. Mary's penalty expires. Back in the Shattuck zone, sent up to center ice. Now Murphy up to Marvin Cords coming up with speed. Cords trying to make a move, sends it towards the net. The puck goes wide. Once again, this is the Tier 1 15O's playing. Some of these players are high school players from this season. Some are second-year Bantam players from this season as well. Tier 1 hockey, 15-0s between the Blue Ox and Shattuck St. Mary's. The face-off to the left of Wade. Shattuck trying to tip it out. Kept in by the Blue Ox. Here's Johnson. Shot right on. And a glove save by Florian Wade. 4:50 remaining in period 3. Tied up at 3 apiece. Still have 4-on-4 hockey here for another 47 seconds. So face off here in the Shattuck zone. Mackow trying to pick it up along the half wall. Back to Mackow now behind the net. Mackow will lose it now as it's shot up by Sammy Crane. 2-on-1 opportunity here for Shattuck. Nice defensive play by Esterbrooks. Breaking up the play there. Now here's Johnson. Johnson will skate up with it into the Shattuck zone. Now he loses it as it's carried up by number 6, Drew Mackey. Mackey going to the net with a shot right on. Saves Slakinski. Now on the near side, 26 seconds remaining on the 4-on-4. It's carried up by number 19, Aaron Ryerson. Ryerson going to the net. The backhand shot deflects wide. Ryerson will keep it in as he backhands it over to the half wall and picks it up. A shot right on. Pad save by Wade as Ryerson gets knocked off the play. Now the Blue Ox are back at full strength. They will have a power play here for another 35 seconds. Here's still tied up at 3 apiece here. Play continues here at neutral. Center ice, Spengsby gloves it, picks it up. Now here is number 13. Sam Karch, shot right on by the Blue Ox. And a save by goaltender Wade. Back up at the point, shot there. Puck wraps around the boards. On the near side, now Karch sends it towards the net. Doesn't get through traffic. A shot there by, not sure who that was. And a save by goaltender Florian Wade. Now Shattuck has to retreat here. Back in the Blue Ox zone, Esterbrooks. Back in the Shattuck zone, and I'll fire it all the way down by Shattuck St. Mary's for an icing. We have 2:56 remaining in our final period of play, and we are tied up at 3 apiece. And an update from the XL Energy Center in St. Paul. The Class A Girls Championship is heading to overtime between Proctor Hermantown and Gentry Academy. Tied up at 2 apiece after 3 periods of play. So they will have an 8-minute overtime. And if no one scores in that 8 minutes, there will be a resurface. And then they will play a second overtime with 17 minutes on the clock. So Championship Saturday from St. Paul has started off with a bang. Overtime for the first championship game for the Girls Class A Championship between Proctor Hermantown and Gentry Academy. Of course, other games today, the Girls Class AA Championship will be played following this game between Edina and Andover. Then for the boys, the Class A Championship for boys hockey will be between Dodge County and Gentry Academy. And then for the Class AA Boys Championship at about 8:30 tonight, that is between Eden Prairie and Lakeville South. Just under 2 minutes remaining here in period 3, tied up at 3 apiece still between the Blue Ox and Shattuck St. Mary's. We'll see if either team can score a goal here in the final minute 39 as we have a stoppage of play here, an icing against Shattuck St. Mary's. Face-off will come back in the Shattuck zone to the left of goaltender Florian Wade. Looks like we have a timeout here called by the Blue Ox. So we have a break in the action here. Tied up at 3 apiece. Minute 39 remaining in period 3. You're watching Tier 1 hockey on Up North Hockey. It's the 15O's here from the IRA Civic Center, Shattuck, St. Mary's, and the Minnesota Blue Ox. All right, here we go. The timeout has expired. Minute 39 remaining in period 3. Tied up at 3 apiece here in this Tier 1 scrimmage. 15-0 is Shattuck, St. Mary's, and Minnesota Blue Ox. Face-off here in the Shattuck zone to the left of Florian Wade. One back by Shattuck, sent up the boards by number 12, Zeev Buam. Now centering pass for the Blue Ox. Now here's Spenningsby. The shot that goes wide. Now on the near half wall, Johnson. Now Spenningsby. Shot and a save by Wade. The Blue Ox are buzzing right now. A couple shots there. And now here comes Shattuck St. Mary's. Coming into the net. A shot there. And a save by Slakinski. A minute 05 remaining in period 3. Along the backboard, still in the Blue Ox zone. There's another shot by Shattuck. And another save for Slakinski. Just under 1 minute remaining in period 3. Shot up by the Blue Ox to neutral. Back in the Shattuck zone. Now tipped to neutral. On the Blue Ox zone. Spenningsby trying to pick it up. Poked away by Sammy Crane. 34 seconds remaining in period 3. Over at the blue line. A shot that goes wide there. Now on the near side. In the corner. Both teams battling for it as it's picked up by Spenningsby. Up to Karch. Karch trying to shoot it out. Kept in by Shattuck. Now Murphy. Shoots up to Karch, who flips it out. Karch trying to pick it up. One last opportunity for the Blue Ox. Can't get a shot off there. 5 seconds remaining in period 3. And the time will tick down here. And that does it for regulation from the IRA Civic Center. Our score after 3 periods of play, it is Shattuck St. Mary's 3 and Minnesota 3. Well, we'll see if we're doing an overtime here. So we will have an overtime here. It'll be a 5-minute, 5-on-5. So we are tied up at 3 apiece after regulation. So we have some overtime hockey here on Up North Hockey. Of course, that girls Class A championship game. That game is in overtime as well, 2-2 with 6:38 remaining in the first overtime period. And Proctor Hermantown has a penalty coming up here. Gentry Academy heading to the power play. Once again, that's the girls' Class A championship in the first overtime. And here we go. We're just about ready for overtime here from the IRA Civic Center, Cliff Kelpie venue here at Grand Rapids. So here we go. Our overtime period is underway from the IRA Civic Center, brought up by Shattuck into the Blue Ox zone. Now here's Murphy with it. Now here come the Blue Ox the other way. Mortensen trying to pick it up. Now he will tip it over to the far side, and now Mortensen loses his stick. Once again, just getting underway for the overtime period from the IRA Civic Center. Behind the net, both teams battling for it. Now in the near corner. Shot towards the net, and just about a chance there for number 14, Noah Powell, to end the game at the back door there. The left side of the net. Now back in the Shattuck St. Mary's zone. Picked up by Mackey. Mackey will drive out with it. Now Shattuck the other way. That was a shot pad saved by Slakinski. And now Mortensen trying to tip it out. Mortensen will shoot it all the way down as he falls down. Deep in the Shattuck zone. Here is Buam. Buam will skate up with it over on the far side into the Blue Ox zone. Buam, and a shot there deflects out of play. A shot there by Hunter Anderson, number 11 of Manhattan Beach, California. Puck deflects out of play. Stoppage of play. A face-off coming up to the right of Slakinski in the Blue Ox zone. .340 remaining in our overtime period. A shot there by Shattuck that goes wide. In the near corner now, both teams battling for it in the Minnesota zone. And we carry it up by Ryerson to Carlson. Now Karch will glove it to pick it up. A tip towards the net by Carlson. Now on the near side, Ryerson trying to pick it up. Karch now trying to keep it in. Poke to neutral by Shattuck. We have a stoppage of play here. And face-off will come at center ice. 3:08 remaining in our overtime period. One back by the Blue Ox. Esther Brooks trying to find a pass up to Gunderson. Can't connect. Back in the Shattuck zone. Here is Buam. And now backhanded out by number 20, Sammy Crane. Now here comes Shattuck the other way. Brought in by Schlane. Now here's a shot. Save Slakinski. Shot out by the Blue Ox's Kohanski to neutral. Back in the Shattuck zone. Now back up to Crane. Crane driving in. Now Crane trying to put a shot on there. There's a shot and a goal! The game is over. Shattuck St. Mary's wins in overtime. Scoring the goal was number 9, Chris Battany. And that does it for this game between Shattuck St. Mary's and the Minnesota Blue Ox for this Tier 1 15-0 scrimmage. What a hockey game here this afternoon from the IRA Civic Center. Once again, Shattuck St. Mary's wins 4-3 in overtime over the Minnesota Blue Ox. So once again, this Minnesota Blue Ox team is heading to Nationals at the end of April here. This was just kind of a tune-up game, tune-up weekend. They played Shattuck St. Mary's yesterday too. Shattuck has won both games. But it's been a long time since these Blue Ox players have played with each other. Of course, during the winter, they go off to play with their associations and high school teams. So they haven't played with each other since October. So it's been a long time. Just a couple tune-up games here. Shattuck wins both games. And now I believe both teams are actually heading to the national tournament in Dallas at the end of April. So once again, our final score, it's Shattuck St. Mary's 4 and the Minnesota Blue Ox 3 in overtime. My name is Blake Borthenson with your play-by-play call. We thank everyone for tuning in here on Up North Hockey, and I hope everyone has a good day. Happy Saturday. Enjoy the hockey here tonight from the Minnesota State High School League Boys Hockey Tournament at the XL Energy Center. Good day, everyone.